Right, so let's go through it. You can mark. First one, positive power of a prime number. I'm looking at that. That's already prime. That's not. So I'm going to change it to 2 cubed multiplied by 3 squared multiplied by 2 squared squared. So that's 2 to the power of 4. Simplify them. We get 2 to the power of 7 multiplied by 3 squared.
I mean, it's not.
No, I'll look at yours afterwards. You know, you decide whether you give yourself a mark or not for it being correct. Okay? This one. So the clue is, you know, the prime numbers are there, the 2's. I gave you that list of number to recognise. So this is 2 cubed squared and 2 to the power of 4 cubed. So that's 2 to the power of 6 divided by 2 to the power of 12. So we would do 2 to the power of 6 minus 12, which is 2 to the power of negative 6, but must be a positive power. So we do 1 divided by 2 to the power of 6. Yeah, using basic laws. Again, well, exactly, it's that you get there, but do you use an efficient and effective method, or do you overdo everything? Come on, computer, not a good time to crash. Again, this one, 25, is 5 squared. So that's 5 to the power of negative 6. So that's 1 divided by 5 to the power of 6.
Okay, I did not get anywhere close.
That was like the easy part. I can't do it.
That was the easy part.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Right. We need to know that this means we've got 10,000 to the power of a quarter, then cube it. To the power of a quarter is the same thing as the fourth root. The fourth root of 10,000 is 10. So we're doing 10 cubed, which is 1,000. Okay, next one, 27. The clues before, so we've got, I'm going to worry about the negative at the end. So we've got the cube root of 27, then square it, right? The cube root of 27, hopefully you know, is 3. 3 squared, okay, is 9. Then the negative means we have 1 over. So we end up with 1 over 9.
I almost got that. I almost got that.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I've made myself do so much
I
work.
keep making it
It's just like half right.
This one, same idea, isn't it? Right? It's 9, but square rooted, and then cubed, and then 1 over with the negative. The square root of 9 is 3. 3 cubed is 27, because it's linked with that question, isn't it? Sorry about this one, but powers are prime. They're already prime numbers. So it should say right as the product of powers of prime numbers. So I would just write 3 multiplied by 2 to the negative 1. That's it.
Yep, didn't do that.
But that is a problem with that question. I tried to rewrite the ones in the book so that they weren't as rubbishly written as they were before, but I obviously missed that one. Super easy. The value of 25 is, well, that's 1 over the square root of 25, so that's 1 divided by 5. This one, we start doing the distributive stuff, so we've got, it's the square root of 49, that's the half, multiplied by x to the power of 6 multiplied the half. 6 multiplied by the half. Square root of 49, because I used the half as a square root with numbers. So that gives me 7x to the power of 3.
Okay, I was so close.
I got 2. Okay.
I put 7x squared 6. It's like almost right.
Go to the bathroom.
The next one. So again, distributive. We've got to do it to both. So we've got the cube root and then squared of each one. So what's the cube root of 125?
5.
5. Squared. The cube root of 64?
It's 4.
4.
Oh my god, that's the dumbest.
4 squared is?
I put 508. I don't. I mean,
Okay,
why
that
would you not
was
simplify 4 squared? But like,
Okay. Again, I would look at that and go, can I simplify? No, I can't. I've got no calculator, so I'm not being expected to leave it in any other form. That's fine. Okay. Simplify the following, given your answers a power of a prime number again. So the prime number that we're looking for, again, do you remember I said about remember these numbers, what they go with? So 81 is 3 to the power of 4. So we've got 3 to the power of 4 to the power of a quarter, multiplied by 3 squared to the power of an eighth. We multiplied there, so that's 3 to the power of 1. That's 3 to the power of 2 eighths, or 1 quarter. What do you do when you have them? Add them, so we end up with 3 to the power of 5 over 4. 1 and a quarter if you like. Same with this one, but the prime number is different this time. So we've got 2 to the power of 4 this time to the power of a half, multiplied by 2 squared to the power of negative 3 over 2. Now that is 4 times a half is 2. So, sorry, shouldn't be 4. So it's 2 to the power of 4 times a half, which is 2. And then we've got 2 times, so that leaves me with negative 3. Okay, and then I finish it off with 2 add negative 3 is 2 to the negative 1.
Okay, but like 2 is negative 2 is the same thing as that.
Or 1 over 2. Sorry, did you just say 2 to the negative 2 is the same as 2 to the negative 1? Yeah, you're just not right there, are you? Next time I owe you money, I'm going to say, yeah, but $5 is so similar to 50. You can accept 5.
I got what happened. I was. Yes.
I'll accept either. It says simplify, but it says giving your answers the power of a prime number. That's better, but, you know, in this case I will accept that. This one, yes, sorry about, I mean, it could have worked either way, actually. 2 cubed multiplied by this, but I'm pretty sure, my writing, sorry about that, but I did explain. So this one would be, it's 2 to the power of 1 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4. 16 is 2 to the power of 4. The cube root is 1/3. So that goes 2 to the power of 1 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4/3, which simplifies as 2 to the power of 1 plus 4/3 is 7/3.
That's just not even close to what
But you notice with all these, there's not much. There's a couple of steps, but there's not. As soon as you said I need scrap paper, I'm like, oh my god, what are they going to do?
I was like multiplying like 100,000 something.
Why?
All these zeros.
This one was the challenge for those of you that got that far, but it's still well within your reach. So we've got to write it in form. So I've got 2 to the power of 3 to the power of negative x is equal to 2 to the power of negative 1. So if I multiply those, I get 2 to the power of negative 3x is the same thing as 2 to the power of negative 1. Therefore, negative 3x has to equal negative 1, which means x must equal 1/3.
Why can I not do any of these?
And finally, the one that looks complicated but ends up with a lovely, nice answer.
Okay.
So we've got
I got it.
3 squared to the power of
What? No.
2/5 multiplied by 3 to the power of 4 to the power of 1/5 multiplied by 3 to the power of 2/5. Next step is to go 3 to the power of 4/5 multiplied by 3 to the power of 4/5 multiplied by 3 to the power of 2/5. All right, which we end up as 3 to the power of 4/5 plus 4/5 plus 2/5 is 10/5, which is 3 to the power of 2, which is 9.
I got 216.
Wow.
187.
Okay, I'll accept left as 3 squared, not 9.
But I just did like
I think
I converted the
I'm good with
decimal.